Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. I was sitting there talking and I noticed I thought my Zoom went out, and then the Zoom went out because the Zoom probably was going to time out. But then I said, let me check something. And my internet was out, and it went around this time yesterday. So I don't know whether they're doing some stupid maintenance or something, but this happened once before. Remember? And they did it like the same time every night for a few nights, and it's like not okay. But what are you going to do? Let me see if we can get our people back here. That was not nice. But let's see. Let us see. Let us not forget us. Did I share this out to... Hold on a moment. Let me just make sure that I shared this out to the post because that's really important. Really important. Okay, share and share like. There we go. All right, let me go back. Let me make sure that my mic and everything is working. Let us see. Yes, there we go. Hi, Chrissy. That was just strange that happened. Okay. Hopefully everybody will get back in here. I saw Colleen in here and everything. I was just going to say hi, and then they were gone. They're coming back. Come on back, guys. We're talking about Sarah Grace Patrick, and I was saying stuff that people were saying stuff about her mom, and that the mother was posting on Facebook about things. Now, this is the mother and stepdad, and I'm not. Let me just see here. Let's see what happened. Oh, please don't tell me that something blipped again. Better not have. We still live? Yeah, okay. Hopefully. All right. So I was saying this is a case that I haven't done a big deep dive into, and so I'm finding out some things. I told you in the first video, which you can go back to it, about the hearing, but I'm trying to see what about her posts that were concerning that she was writing. So let me see. Another crazy thing is a TikTok message Sarah sent to a true crime creator trying to get the creator to cover the story. She says, "I found the bodies." Who did she say that to? Let me see here. Someone said, "I understand the mom, Kristen, wrote a Facebook post in 2022 stating she was afraid her husband would kill her, and she was asking people to notify her if they saw him so she could hide. Sounds like something was really wrong in that house. Sounds like..." Okay. But... Someone said, "I'm seeing way too many comments, victim blaming and claiming abuse on the girl." As another commenter pointed out, she posted TikToks for months about how sad she was that they hadn't found her parents' murderer. That behavior does not exactly scream she was abused. Someone said, "Actually, it absolutely does scream extreme trauma from..." Where did I just see that? They said they have the mother's social media statements proving abuse. It's not the girl herself saying she was abused. Let me see here. It's her own TikTok that made the post. Then if it's her own TikTok that made the post, then it's certainly a reliable source of information. There aren't random TikToks created by other people, but TikTok she herself posted to her channel where she was pretending to love her parents and pretending that she really wanted the killer found. It could still be true that it was an abusive household, obviously, but it makes her pretty mischievous at the very least. Granted, the same could be said of the Menendez brothers. Her TikTok is a source of truth. Okay, we don't know who these people are in these message boards, right? They're just here with a name. We're going to hear on the trial. There are Department of Family Services. Let me see if we can find out anything from another source. Let's go to It's very little about this. Let's see. A Georgia teenager who grieved for her mother and stepfather on social media was arrested and accused of fatally shooting the couple back in February. This was last July, so it's like a year ago that she was arrested, okay? The couple was found dead inside their home on February 20th at 1531 Tyus Road near Carrollton, about 55 miles west of Atlanta. They were deceased from apparent gunshot wounds. From the moment the 911 call was received, a relentless investigation began, and over the months, it would consume thousands of hours and require the full weight of local and federal law enforcement partnerships. The case has not remained in the public spotlight in recent months, but the investigation has never gone silent. A little more than a week after the shooting, a loving tribute was posted on TikTok. But at nighttime, when there's nothing to do and the house is empty, I'd always think about how much I needed them. According to the TikTok account that a sheriff spokesperson confirmed is linked to the teenager, a judge denied bail for her, though it wasn't immediately clear if she had hired or been assigned a criminal defense lawyer. We know the public has been eager for answers, and we want to be clear. So have we. But bringing forth the truth responsibly and thoroughly is our highest obligation. We are proud of the unwavering commitment shown by every member of this agency, and we stand behind this process that has led us to this arrest. Okay, so this is... This is kind of crazy here. So are they going to claim that she was so badly abused? It's very hard to find some. She's standing trial as an adult. Let's see what else we got. Just, it's very hard to find. We're either finding from when she was arrested or from today. It's so weird. It really is strange. I wish I could find, let me see if I can find the mother's Facebook. I would like to see that for myself. Okay, let's see. Let me go and do this again. Kristen Brock. I don't know if her TikTok has been taken down. Let me see here. I think her TikTok has been, I don't know, maybe it's not been taken down. Hold on a second. She is on there. Seeing your portraits. Huh. Okay, let's see. It's crazy. This is a crazy thing. But I said I was going to try to show you where she has. I was showing you the other post where she looks very different. Let me pull that up again so you can see. Right? And let me see if we got our peeps back. You're the only peep in here? What happened? What happened to all of our peeps? What happened, Chrissy? Where's our people? They didn't find us. I don't know. They're saying that some people are saying that it was abusive, but come on, you don't have to kill someone, right? But that doesn't make sense either, because they were saying that the mother was saying that the father was abusive or something, and so why would she kill her mother? And then they said that her mother had a charge, but it was for putting a car into a barn. I don't know. Then they said her mother didn't approve of her boyfriend. It's all a mess. I don't know. Let me see here. And I can't find a clear picture of this yet. I think we're going to have to wait for the trial. So I hope they don't continue it. Okay, wait a second. Let me see here. This may be finally some paperwork. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right, let's see. We might have some paperwork right here. Let's see if this shines a light on any of this. Sarah Grace Patrick. Let's get to this. No, really? We're not going to have any kind of a narrative? Wow. Just this right here. Person commits the offense of aggravated assault when he or she assaults with the intent to murder, to or to rob with a deadly weapon which, when used offensively, does result in serious bodily injury, to wit, Sarah Grace Patrick did commit this said offense when she assaulted James Brock with a deadly weapon, a handgun, striking him multiple times. And then I guess the other one is her mother, right? A person, let's see, when Sarah Grace Patrick did commit the said offense when she assaulted Kristen Brock with a deadly weapon, a handgun, striking her multiple times. Okay. So that's that. Let's see what else we can find here. An 11-year-old. Da 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 da. No. And there's talking about today's hearing. There's very little on this case. It's so crazy. They're just talking about the officer with the hunch and the defense is hinting at a new theory, it seems. I don't know. Patrick to TikTok. Okay, so see what they say here. The judge doesn't want to grant any delay. I doubt they're going to get a continuance. I think he's going to start the trial when he said he was going to start the trial. Yeah, there's very little, unfortunately, except for what I told you about today. So crazy that there's such a little about her. I read this one. I guess we're really gonna have to wait for the trial. Okay, the other thing is Lindsay Clancy, and the defense was delivered a blow because they're not allowed to have any witnesses with postpartum psychosis or depression. See, what happened was, and I'm going to tell you, let me just get a graphic up here to change this. And the prosecution, the lawyers are sisters, because the one said, my sister just told you, and I thought, oh wow, they're sisters? Sisters. No. Okay, it's just strange. She's like, my sister told you. I don't know. It was just weird. Okay. I'm just going to put this image of her up right now because I just want to go that we're on another case. Even though this is not from today, it's from last time. But, all right. My thumbnail is from today. All right, I want to get to the denial of the witnesses. She wanted to bring up some women who have said they had postpartum psychosis and they suffered these things, these auditory hallucinations and all of that, and the prosecution really pushed back on that, and they're like, no, because that is going to open up almost like trials within a trial, because these people are only identified by their initials. And then her lawyer was like, well, yes, right now they are, but and then they're like, well, how do we even know? We'd have to interview them. We have to do this. We have to do that. And then the judge was like, oh my gosh, this is not like a trial within a trial. It could be 16 trials within a trial. No, I'm going to deny this. And the defense attorney was saying, oh, well, these people said they've had, the similar things and they've heard all this stuff. And then the prosecutor's like, well, yeah, well, then we'll get our own experts that say, yeah, they had this and they never would do something like that. They'd go in a car, they'd go into lock themselves in a room to avoid doing anything to hurt them. And he's like, who says that? And she's like, look on Facebook. So it was just a wild ride there. But in the end, the judge is not allowing, at this time, he said he's not allowing this. So that's that. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward, but let's just let me go through this. So the judge denied the motion to call witnesses to the stand. Her lawyer was saying a lot of people have emailed him and stuff with their personal experience with the postpartum psychosis. Let's see. Her lawyer said that Lindsay takes responsibility for what happened, but plans to argue at trial that she was overcome by an episode of postpartum psychosis. She was a mother who every night would sing Rascal Flatts song to her daughter to put her to sleep, her lawyer said. They would dance on the kids' bed. This is a woman that was an incredible, incredible mother. Clancy has been held in a mental facility since the incident. Her lawyer described her mental health issues as a toxic soup. So in this motion that he made to have these people testify, he said that he's been contacted by 15 different people who allege to have personal experience with postpartum psychosis, hallucinations, SSRIs, and they are willing to testify at trial. These people have no believed connection to this case, but they have been victimized by the medical system that fails to recognize the severe, debilitating, and devastating impact of postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. Clancy requests permission to present testimonial evidence from witnesses who have themselves suffered from PPD and PPP, including with the suicidal ideation, infanticide ideation. Who's this? Uh-oh. Who's this? Oh no, is there something wrong? Hold on a minute. Let me see what's going on. Something might be wrong. Did we lose? What happened? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Let me see. Don't tell me we lost it again. I'm just gonna... What's going on? Something might be wrong. No, we're not. Okay. Catherine, I don't know why Heart is... Okay. I'm confused. I think Heart must not know we're live again. Okay, let me see what's going on. It's fine, Frilly, thank you. Heart, what's the matter?
Nothing. I couldn't find you after it went off.
Oh, I'm back on.
Oh, okay, good. I'll go look one more time.
Okay, because you scared me because I was like, oh my gosh, I must be off again. Okay.
No, hopefully not. All right, bye.
All right, no problem, thanks. Okay, so yeah, so what the other thing that he said is they're going to have more than the witnesses they usually have. They want 18. And I think they were even saying they might have wanted more, but they're going to have more witnesses because her lawyer was saying this is like a really hard case, and I guess they're figuring, what if some of these witnesses, some of these jurors can't take it for whatever reason. They want 18. So That's the other thing. But back to this now. Okay. So they wanted to have these people testify who suffered from PPD and PPP, and with the visual hallucinations as well. And Judge William Sullivan sided with prosecutors who said that if they allowed the women to testify who have no connection to this case, and they're not experts, that's the thing. They can have experts, but what they wanted to bring in were just women that had this, okay? It would be prejudicial and require prosecutors to call even more witnesses. So women who suffered from postpartum depression and psychosis, who did not kill their children, who locked themselves in a room to keep themselves away from harming their children, who get in a car and drove away so they didn't harm their children, then they would want to call those women in, and so it becomes a trial within a trial. Jurors will be asked about their own mental health history as a screening for the trial. So that and the additional witnesses is the big takeaway from the hearing today. Let's see. Anything else here? So that her trial is due to start with jury selection on Monday. Yep. And then we'll see either tomorrow or Wednesday how Sarah Grace Patrick's trial is going to proceed. Is it going to be keeping that August date, or are they going to continue it? If you don't know, we'll have to see. So let's see what else is going on since we've got that. Let's see. Now, her husband is expected to testify, Patrick Clancy. In addition to her husband and family members on both sides, Lindsay Clancy is expected to call witnesses from her hometown of Wallingford, Connecticut during her murder trial. Patrick Clancy is on the list of witnesses expected to testify on her behalf, according to those court documents. The list also includes her parents, Paula and Michael Musgrove. They live in Wallingford. Patrick Clancy's parents, Christopher and Susan Clancy. Expert witnesses and several people from Connecticut, including some Wallingford residents whom she has known for years. Many of the Connecticut witnesses will testify to her character before the murders, a source close to the defense team said. The list also includes Peter Valentin, the chair of the Forensic Science Department at Henry Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Sciences at the University of New Haven, an additional 12 registered nurses from Massachusetts General, where Clancy worked as a nurse, and where she was taken immediately after she was found injured on the ground the day the children died, are also on the list to take the stand, according to court documents and the source close to the defense team. Prosecutors submitted a list of witnesses that also include all those people we just mentioned. Let's see. Patrick previously said in a New Yorker article that he was eager to testify at his wife's trial. She's recently been portrayed largely by people who have never met her and never knew who the real Lindsay was. Our marriage was wonderful and diametrically grew stronger as her condition rapidly worsened. I took as much pride in being her husband as I did in being a father, and felt persistently lucky to have her in my life. Okay. We mutually understood the reality that people can have bad days, but we stuck to the rule that when one of us got lost, the other one was always there to bring them home. Always. She loved being a nurse, but nothing matched her intense love for our kids and dedication to being a mother. It was all she ever wanted. Her passion taught me how to be a better father. Patrick then asked people to forgive his wife, as he has. The real Lindsay was generously loving and caring towards everyone, me, our kids, family, friends, and her patients. The very fibers of her soul are loving. All I wish for her now is that she can somehow find peace. Let's see, what else we have? Judge William Sullivan said that he would listen to the 911 call. Okay, that was the 911 call. But he also agreed to prohibit Patrick Clancy and other witnesses from providing their lay opinion on her mental health. He also agreed to sequester witnesses with the exception of her mother and father and sister. He also approved a motion filed by prosecutors to bring the jury to the couple's former home where the children died, the CVS pharmacy where Patrick Clancy went to pick up the medication, and the restaurant where her husband picked up dinner before returning her home less than an hour later to find his wife had jumped from the second-story window and his children were lifeless in the basement. Oh, and that's the other thing that her defense attorney said. He said when they go on site to her home in Duxbury, they're not going to some, inner city where this murders took place. This is something that is a very safe place, a safe area. Could we limit the amount of police there and not have officers buzzing around on bikes or something, he was saying. While this is going on, it's extremely distracting to the jury and all that he was also voicing that at the hearing today. So that's, I think, now we've got probably all we have on that to write for today. Let's see. The viral Yellowstone bison attack victim was identified. I'm going through to see if there's anything else that still about the pythons, right? That they're taking out of Florida. Blake Garrett's cause of death. He suffered medical issues. Killer bear stalked a village and killed 5 attending first victim's funeral. Georgia toddler fatally shot after 4-year-old finds gun in vehicle. Oh my gosh. How terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Two roommates found dead in a Texas home. Okay, I'm not seeing that much out here. Like on 6-year-old boy dies in a freak accident on Washington Beach. Oh my goodness. They threw me away. What? What is this about? I don't even know. Is this a real thing? Husband of Brooke Hamilton retains. That's that therapist that was shot in New Jersey. Okay, let me take this down. A woman says headbutting her daughter was an act of motherly love, marking the second time in months that she was busted for roughing up her children. A Louisiana mother headbutted her daughter in the face. Oh, wow. And then told police it was motherly love, marking the second time in 5 months that she's been arrested for roughing up her children. Oh, my goodness. Nikia Robinson, 35, is facing 2 child cruelty charges in connection with the pair of incidents in July and April. The local news outlet confirmed. Let's see here. Her arrest affidavits say that she was first arrested April 1st after a witness saw Robinson drunkenly headbutt her own daughter while the two of them were walking down a road in the 3000 block of North Street in Baton Rouge. The witness told police that Robinson is always walking around the neighborhood asking for food with her children. Well, officers went to the scene and saw Robinson with her 2 children hiding under a home. When cops made contact with her, she allegedly told them she had been drinking a half pint of vodka. Asked about the headbutting, and she said that her headbutting her child is motherly love. Wow. Her daughter had a small knot on her forehead and told officers that it hurt. She also alleged that her mother had left her sister home alone after the sister threw something at her. Police took the children to their father's house. On July 6, Robinson was arrested again, this time on charges of child cruelty, domestic abuse, battery, domestic abuse with child endangerment, and domestic abuse aggravated assault. Her boyfriend reported her to police for allegedly striking his daughter on the head and son in the torso in late June. It's unclear if those children are the same ones Robinson was with in April. According to the boyfriend, Robinson threatened him with a kitchen knife after he confronted her about the alleged abuse. Robinson has denied threatening him. Well, this is really great. Okay. So, I think, let me see. Let me go back to the chat. So I don't even know if we got our people back in here. Yeah, terrible. What happened to everybody? I don't know. We lost our people after the first one went down. They didn't find us. They didn't even try to find us. Not nice, guys. Why am I so tired? Because it's almost 3. I think I'm going to call it and do the word cookie and call it a night, guys. I am tired. I went to go to bed early last night, and we know how that ended. At least Rosalita had a laugh she needed. I talked to Amy's Justice League today. Please, please, I'm begging you to keep her in your prayers, okay? Please. She needs prayers. So does Bucky Ann. And Amy came in here and asked for prayers. Bucky's asked for our prayers. I don't know if she officially did it in Slack. Did she ask for prayers or told us what's going on? I'm sure Bucky Ann doesn't mind us asking for prayers. I'm not going to put anything out here that is, people in Slack know what's going on. I'm not putting out here, but I'm just asking for prayers, and I don't think she would mind that. And if, I think she would appreciate it. That's what I feel. And if I'm wrong, I'll apologize, but I really think she will. It was not easy to find me. Oh my goodness. I think she will appreciate it, and I know that Amy will appreciate it. So please keep them in your prayers, and keep everyone in your prayers, because everyone seems to be going through something. But definitely, Amy and Bucky, please keep them in your prayers. Okay, let me go to word game, right? Word game. I don't know. You mean I wasn't showing up on the live stream? That sucks. That sucks, YouTube. Not nice. Not nice. Not nice, YouTube. Not nice. You went to sleep and then saw that you were on another 2 hour and yeah. Oh yeah. It was supposed to only be until Luke got home. And then, well, I got a second wind, I think. I don't know. What do you have? Fun, yeah. Flu, I think didn't I do that? Murder? Yeah, I did. Hi, murder. Hi, murder. Oh, funnels. Funnels, you silly. Very good. That's got to be funnel, right? Funnel. I don't know. I just thought of the carnival card because carnival cake. Carnival cake. Oh my gosh, funnel cakes. What is the matter with me? I'm tired. Carnival cakes. Carnival cakes? What's a carnival cake? What's a souffle? A souffle? What's a souffle? Remember that commercial? Probably you don't. I had a friend in 8th grade, and he just went, he was also my neighbor, and he also goes, he just in the middle class, he goes to me, I just basically could hear him in, a souffle? What's a souffle? I just lost it. Souffle. It was from a Toys R Us commercial, and it had the guy from, maybe it was Hogan's Heroes or something, and he was just like reading this stuff, and he's, you didn't even make a souffle. I was talking about an easy bake oven. A souffle? What's a souffle? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've got to tell you something so funny, right? Oh my gosh, I have to tell you something so funny. So we went to ShopRite because I have to demonstrate this. It's so funny. The boys took us to pick my car up, right? And then they said, so where we were going, there was like one town over where ShopRite is, and they had just come back from landscaping. So they were tired. So they said, you know what, we're going to go home. Can you pick us up something? They wanted something at McDonald's, right? So we said, okay. We had to go to ShopRite. I told you that was just crazy. You had to leave your arms and legs there if you wanted any kind of food. So we're in the car, And we had just bought a few things. I told you, $37 at ShopRite. One bag. It's like this big. Some yogurt in it. And we're both behind my van, right? With the hatch back up. And we're taking the stuff because we never bring our bags in the store. So we have to bring it out and put it in the bags. You were correct, Carolyn. I saw on a reliable news source that the family from Ohio lost the conjoined twins only. Okay, good. I like to be right. Isn't everybody? Thank you for letting me know. So Jimmy had put the debit card in the register thing, but we're out there, we're putting this stuff in, get in the car, right? We go to McDonald's, and the lady says, and he goes, where's the card? And I said, Jimmy, and I'm looking in my little pouch thing, right? I'm like, are you sure you don't have it? He's like, no, I gave it to you behind the car. Then I asked you, I said, I need some help with the yogurt and stuff, and I hope you didn't drop it. I said, I don't remember you giving it to me. He's like, no, I gave it to you. So now, you know how you get like all stressed out when we're at the window. It wasn't like there was a heck of a lot. There was like nobody behind us. The lady was super nice, but now I'm feeling all anxious. Like, I've got to look through this little pouch, then look in my purse. I'm saying, okay, well, you look in my purse. You're sure you don't have it? Because I really don't remember you giving it to me. And he's like, oh, I told you, you should put it back in the same place all the time. He's like. So then I'm looking, I'm like, Jimmy, it's not here. So then he's like, well, let me see your purse. He looks, it's not there. He's like, oh my gosh, you must have dropped it behind the car, right? He's carrying on in front of this lady. I thought this lady's going to be like, hey, we have to call somebody. You're being abusive to your wife. He's like, it wasn't abusive. I was just, he goes, I was just telling you that you should put it back. No, he's lecturing me about all this stuff, that I should put this back in the same place. And meanwhile, okay, you're going to love this story, okay? So we pulled, she says, we ended up paying, I think we gave them cash or whatever the heck we did. We did another transaction, right? But now we're still thinking we have to go find the debit card, which he's thinking is behind the van where it was parked at ShopRite. So he's really going to town, okay? Saying like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, honey, if you just put it in the right spot and everything, I mean, you just got to keep doing it every time. And I'm like, what? I don't remember having it. I really think you had it. So we're both going through everything, okay, while we're sitting there waiting, because they said they had to wait to get the stuff. And now it's like 5 minutes have passed, right? We're kind of calmed down. We're thinking I have to go and look for the card. So I'm not really calmed down. So I take my purse, right? I got this big purse. Take it and I put it down on the floor next to me. And I just look over like this. And I'm telling this story to Ethan and Luke, okay? I'm telling this story exactly like this to Ethan and Luke. I said, Dad's carrying on about how I must have lost the card and I should really be more careful. And I go, you guys, I look over like this. I have 2 cup holders, right, in the console on the side, and then there's 2 in the front. But I look just like this, and what do I see there? Is the debit card. And my kids are like, Dad was tweaking? I said, he had it. So I said, I went, there it is! And Ethan lost it. And he goes, Mom, you and Luke are exactly the same. Luke does the same thing if we're ever arguing about something, where something is, and then it's there. He goes, Luke does this. And Luke just burst out laughing. And I said, what do you mean? You do like there it is. He goes, yes. And Luke lost it. He goes, Luke does the exact same thing. I said, well, what do you think I should have done? For 15 minutes, he's been telling me that I lost it behind the car, that I should really be more careful. I should put it into my little thing. I should take the time to do that and not be careless. And it went on and on and on. And he freaking had it and put it in the cup holder. So he apologized. But I knew it. Like I said, you were so adamant that you gave it to me behind the car. He still wants to say he gave it to me behind the car. It's crazy. Hi, Meek from the Netherlands. It was funny. We were laughing after that. I'm like, that's crazy. And but then we laughed even more because then Ethan was like, oh my gosh, that is exactly the way Luke does that. So that was funny. Yeah, he's like, Luke does the same thing, Mom. If I say to Luke, where'd you put those keys or whatever, you took them, Luke. And then he goes like, Luke does the same thing, like, Ethan, there they are. It's like, it's crazy. And I never noticed, like, I wouldn't say that's something I do all the time. I was just, when you get fed up and you're like, someone's telling you, you put something somewhere and then you see it, what do? There it is. I was just like, but he's just like, oh my gosh, Luke does the same thing, Mom. So yeah, it was. Now we're laughing at it, but I wasn't then. And then I went like this. Oh my gosh! And he goes, okay, now. And I said, oh, don't even start. I said that was crazy. No, it was a big thing. Jimmy was telling me in front of the McDonald's lady that I have to be more aware of things and not just throw the debit card anywhere and put it back. Scooter, 15 minutes. He's going to say it wasn't 15 minutes. Maybe it was 6 minutes. Maybe it was 7 minutes or whatever. It was a long freaking time. He told me that he gave it to me behind the car and I put it in there and I wasn't careful with it and yada, 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 going on and on and on. I said, that lady's going to call somebody and say you're being abusive to me. He's like, I'm not being abusive to you. He goes, but I'm just telling you that. And like, no, you're kind of like yelling at me. And you know what? I have no memory of this. And then Scooter, after he's carrying on about this for so long, and then they make us wait. Literally, they made us wait 20 minutes. I don't know what the heck we wait 20 minutes for. I look over Scooter in the cup holder, and there is the debit card. He freaking had it. And I said to him, Scooter, no, Jimmy, I think you had it. I think I gave it to you. No, you didn't. Right? No, you didn't. And then so I look over like this and I go, there it is! Right? And as soon as I did that, when I was telling the kids, Ethan said, oh my gosh, Luke does that same thing, Mom. He does that exact same thing. You guys are the same. Whenever I'm arguing with Luke about something that we can't find something, and I'm telling Luke that he had it or something, when we finally find it, Luke does the same thing. He goes, there it is, Ethan! So now we're all going to do that. Now we're all going to do it. That's, I never, yeah. Your husband does that too? Oh my gosh, right? What are we going to do with them, Chrissy? Right? Gotta love it. But then he goes, he's funny. He goes like this, I'm sorry, but okay, it's there. Maybe, he goes, but maybe I gave it to you and then you gave it back to me. But I really do think I gave it to you. behind the car. I said, I don't remember you giving it to me. He goes, you don't? I said, you're worried that I don't remember that, and you don't even remember that you had it, and put it in the cup holder? And then he's like, oh my gosh. We were just laughing. It's funny. After that, yeah. He's like, well, I guess I am sorry for that, yeah. Oh my gosh. My husband blames me for something. His moving his things to a different place. I don't touch his stuff. He does. He forgets. Yeah. But like the lady's there, like, and he's telling the lady, I tell her all the time, just take your time. But she doesn't. She just takes it. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? This is crazy. I didn't have it. And I just kept saying to him, I think you have it. No, no, no. I gave it to you behind the car. When I told you I needed your help for the yogurt. He needed my help. You have to get this one. We bought, it could not have been more than 15 yogurts, okay? They're in the ShopRite basket. We have the back of my van open. We have the shopping bags there, okay? And I'm with him with the shopping cart standing there. And I was putting away, this is what I was like, putting away the receipts. So he goes, honey, I need your help. I said, you need my help to do this? Okay. So we both had to take turn. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, well, that's sweet. You want my help there. But then he claims that he gave me the debit card there. And I'm like, I don't remember, have any recollection of that. No, but yeah, the funny thing is, it's like, because what do? You're so exasperated at that point because we're looking everywhere for it. Now I'm thinking, where the freak is it? Right, where is it? He even went into the back of the car to see if it was in the bag where we put the yogurt. I don't know. Oh, Dave thinks I move all his things to, yeah. It was crazy. And then he's back in the back of the car, right, going, oh, I can't believe, now he's losing it again. I can't believe it, because he's thinking now we've got to go back to ShopRite and see if it's in the parking lot. And then if we can't find it in the parking lot, we have to cancel the card. And then all of the automatic payments and everything we have, we've got to call those all in. And he's thinking I did this, right? So now he's back there mumbling and grumbling, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And I'm looking through the purse again and again, looking through everything, getting up, looking on the side of the door. And that's why when we both are like exasperated, and I just look like that, and I go, oh my gosh, there it is, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anything goes, then do you get real mad and you start yelling? I said, there it is. And he goes, yeah, that's just, that's the same thing Luke does. I said, well, what do you think? For 15 minutes, he told me that this was my fault that he had this freaking thing there. I know. I should next time. That was so crazy. Oh, man. But it's got to make you laugh. I got to watch Luke the next time. Where is it? Oh, and then you want to hear something funny? When we came out of ShopRite, I handed him the sanitizer. I said, here, put this on because, you were touching everything in there. So he took it, and then I go, where is my sanitizer now? And he goes, it's not back in your purse. We couldn't find the sanitizer. And I said, I know I gave it to you. He goes, no, you didn't give it to me. You just did this on my hand. I said, no, I gave it to you so you could put as much as you want on. Okay, We looked everywhere for the sanitizer. We found 2. He goes, oh, these them? I said, no, those are the little bottles that are empty, that are, that I have to refill. We didn't find it until we got home and I was getting out of the car, and it had slid under like the front console, like all the way in there, and I like, there it is. But he was even arguing with me on that. Who had the sanitizer last? It was crazy. And then he's on this bottle. You remember Bottle Caps candy? He's on this bottle cap binge. Before we go to ShopRite, he goes, hurry, we got to go to Walgreens. I said, why do we have to go to Walgreens? I have to get bottle caps. I'm like, bottle caps? Yeah, I got to get bottle caps. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. Your husband laughs at you every time. Yeah. Well, he usually listens to me when I tell him, like, because there's a lot of summer residents and stuff, and we do the self-checkout. I'm here, just put this on your hands and stuff. And he's say, all right, but not too much. Gia loves the sanitizer. She's always asking me for the sanitizer. But so he's on the bottle cap kick because he found them, and he can't find them in many other places. So he bought 3. They had 3 for $5, so he bought 3 boxes, and then he's like, here, try them. Get a cola. Oh, Chrissy, you must have. Let me see if I can. Hold on a minute. I'll show you the box. You had to have. They're from when we were kids. I remember when they used to come in little package. Didn't they used to come in little, like little packages, like little pouch kind of things? Because I remember opening up and putting them in water or something, and they would fizz. Or there was another one that would fizz. Do these fizz? Hold on. I'm going to find out if these fizz. I'm going to put some water in. Hold on a minute. Because I remember doing something. There was another one that came in little pouches and they fizzed. Let me see if I can find them. He probably hid them. Now he'll say, like, what are you doing with them? No. Let me see. Let's see where he put them. Hold on. I'll be there. He probably hid them somewhere. Like, I'm going to eat them. I told him I really don't care for them. He likes those kind of candies, like sweet tarts and stuff. He likes those kind, like sweet tarts and stuff like that. I'm not that into that stuff. I'd much rather have like chocolate or caramel or something. What did he do with them? What did he do with them? Sometimes, wow, he's hiding them like they're a drug or something. What the heck? What in the heck? He was walking around here giving me some before. That is so weird. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I found the bag. I found it. Here, this can go for my YouTube shopping. I don't know where his open box is, but I found the 2 and he's got them in the white drug bag from Walgreens. See the bottle caps? They say root beer, cherry, grape, cola, and orange. But you can smell them right through the box. But I remember ones, and I still remember. I remember them in the kitchen of the lake house. We used to have a hutch, and I remember. Isn't it weird how sometimes you remember? But I remember like little pouches, and I remember maybe it was another one. Maybe it was called fizzies or something. And then you put it in a thing of water, and it fizzed, and it made your water taste like root beer or something. I don't know if these do that. I don't think these are the fizzies. I think that was something else. But I mean, bottle caps too, I've heard of, you know. I mean, but he got somebody. What were they? So, oh, Zots. But these were like back in the 70s, though. Heart, you love those when you have. I forget how he got on this kick of them. I think somebody at work had them, and then I sent him into Walgreens a few weeks ago, and that's how he knew that they were there. I said, because we never go to Walgreens, really. We have a local pharmacy we go to for anything. Back in the day, yeah. But I can't remember if there's still the fizzy ones I got. But he likes anything, like he likes sweet tarts. He likes those kind of candies and Smarties and stuff. They were around. I'll have to look if that's what it was. Because if these were actually like root beer flavors, and you put them in, I think that you're supposed to put them in water and they fizzed, and then you would drink them. I don't know. I wanted to see if these would fizz, but I'm not going to open this new box because I'm going to go put these back in his Walgreens drug bag. Oh my gosh. There it is! Oh my gosh. But Ethan's always saying that Luke and I are very alike. He's like, you and Luke are very alike. You're both very Italian. What is that supposed to mean? So crazy. Now and laters. All right, I'm going to put these back in his drug bag. Hold on. Don't want him saying, you moved the bottle caps. Oh my goodness. Oh, brother. Oh, I left mine. Hold on a minute. I left my cup over here. What did I do now? Now I'm losing everything. Where the freak is my glass? Oh, I got my French presses out. I'm going to try coffee in the French press tomorrow, but I have to have my mushroom coffee first. Because if I don't have my mushroom coffee, boy, I found out, Scooter, I didn't tell you. When I went off my mushroom coffee in Edisto, and then I didn't, I came back and I was like, what the heck? And I made my mushroom coffee the other day, and boy, the night and day difference. I've got to have at least 2 cups of mushroom coffee, and then I can have other coffee. But I got a French press because Mr. Wu today said, not today, he didn't say it today. I asked him what kind of coffee maker he likes. He said it's French press. And I have the French press, as I said that. So then Jimmy and I bought some coffee today, and I said, you know, Mr. Wu said he uses the French press, and maybe we should try it again and get some regular coffee like this. And so we did. And Tomorrow I'm going to try the French press after I have my mushroom coffee. My mom used to give me 50 cents. I used to buy a bag of chips and the rest candies. Yeah. Do you remember Candy Dots? Yeah, yep. And Rosalita, they came also. Remember the little wax bottles with the little liquid inside? Right? You know how much Jimmy and I laugh now because I said to him, "You remember the little wax bottles?" He goes, "Yeah." You know how much those cost now? Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, everything costs so much, but yeah, try to buy the little wax bottles. That you'd eat off the wax paper, yeah. Yeah, I think it was just the novelty that I think it was with Willy Wonka, like you can even eat the dishes, that whole thing, like when they ate the stuff off the wall. Maybe we thought it was that. Dots, yeah, I remember those. But I like the little wax bottles. Squeezing the wax bottles, and then a lot of kids would chew up the wax. Remember that? It was like a thimble full of probably, what was it, like high fructose colored corn syrup was inside them. Yep. I'm sorry, but Lindsay Clancy in the picture. Oh, I understand that. Her look is startling, isn't it? She has a very startling look. Yeah. She has a very startling look. Your sister Amy loves the wax bottles. Carol and I used to love all flavors. Wax bottles, maybe Dollar Tree. No. Mm-mm. You know where I saw them? They do have them in the Sheetz gas station. They were pricey. And they probably have them, I don't know if they have them at Cracker Barrel. And maybe even Tractor Supply even has like some old time candies. Used to have one of those, not anymore. Oh, Sheetz. Lindsay's face expression, well, really no expression, reminds me of Andrea Yates. You think so? Really? Let me see if I can find a picture of Andrea Yates to compare it. Andrea Yates. Let me see. Let me see if this one will get, if it'll be big enough. Andrea was born in 1964. I don't know why I thought she was younger than that. Why did I think she was younger than that? I have no idea. I'm trying to think when I bought her CDs and I was listening to them. So I remember like they had her CD, like her book or some kind of the case it was on. It was a long time ago. It was at Ollie's. And I had to drive and I said, I'll listen to this when I drive. It was like 4 different CDs about the case. I think it was some book that was written about her, but it was on CDs. I'm trying to remember when it was. I remember Ray to me, "What are you listening to this for?" And I'm like, "Because I just want to hear about this case. It's interesting." And he like true crime. He's like, "Are you listening to this?" Okay, I don't. I can't. I'm not finding the picture that I want, that I would like to show. I find like her family picture, and then let me see, and I can't even get back. Let me go over here. Maybe this one. Let's see this one. Come on. I don't think she looked that there's a certain look that Lindsay has that I don't see, and Andrea looks like lost, like a deer in the headlights. Let me see if I can get this to show. Okay, maybe this one will hear like this. But Lindsay looks, it almost looks like especially with the wheelchair, it almost looks like a horror movie, you know? Like some kind of really weird thing. A look back 25 years after. So I think it was, she did this, didn't she do this in 1999? Did she do this? Let me see. I think 25 years ago. 25 years ago. So 2001, did she do this? Yeah, right? 2001. Okay, so let me just see what that would be. Maybe it was like, maybe I was listening to like, yeah. Craziness. What do you think? I think she doesn't look as, okay, what had happened? Somebody said, hold on. Lindsay does have a very unsettling, rather frightening look about her, says Hart. Scooter says she doesn't remind me of her, Rosalita, at all. Okay. And then I so get Andrea Yates vibes when I see her, Rosalita says. Really, Scooter? Scooter says I don't see it. Andrea had a wild animal look about her. When I look at them, I see empty, nothing, no soul left, says Rosalita. Yes, Rosalita, the hollow look, people get very sad. Rosalita said, you know, Hart, I often wonder if it's their sickness or the devil robbed their soul, maybe both. Scooter says, I don't buy it. You don't buy what, Scooter? What aren't you buying? Maybe. Andrea, yes. Lindsay, nah. You don't buy what, Scooter? What aren't you buying? What isn't Scooter buying? What's she not buying? Scooter's not buying, so don't be selling her anything. You're not buying it. There it is. I remember reading Andrea had to be substantially medicated both to bring her back to her right mind and to help her once she was. Then she sobbed and wailed day after day for a long time. Well, that the other girl, the other Sarah Grace Patrick, was like smiling and everything in court. You think it was not postpartum psychosis, Scooter? Why do you think she did it then? Do you think she meant to take herself out too? Because there's people that think that that's like not. She would ask to see the kids too, thinking they were still alive. My heart still breaks for her, so tragic. Oh, so your heart breaks for Andrea, but not for Lindsay. Lindsay, I think a lot of people wonder why like they said, one of the first things she said is, "Do I need to have a lawyer?" And they're like, well, why wouldn't she be asking about her kids or something? Andrea Yates, his husband, he got married. Did he have more children? Andrea pretty much snapped. Well, here, I'll tell you what it says about Andrea. I just saw something. They discontinued. I have a timeline here. Let's see. She was born July 2nd, 1964 in Houston, Texas. Her name was Andrea Pia Kennedy. Her father was Andrew Kennedy. Her mother was Jutta Karen Kohler Kennedy. She got married to Russell Rusty Yates on April 17th of 1993. They divorced on March 17th, St. Patty's Day of 2005. I wonder if they got married on the 17th and they got divorced on the 17th. And April 17th and then March 17th. I'm surprised they didn't wait the next month. Okay, I don't know. 1993 they got married. In 2005 they divorced. Now let's see. So in 1993 she was almost 30. She was 29, right? Yep. Their children. Mary was born in 2000. Luke was born in 1999, February 15th. Paul, September 13th, 1997. John, December 15th, 1995. And Noah was born February 26th of 1994. March. She might have been pregnant when they got married. Right? Because you count back, don't you, to see when you got pregnant. So if your due date was February, then it's January. Wait, hold on a minute. Yeah, that's how it works, right? January. No. What did I just do? That's not the baby that. No. Wait a minute. If she got pregnant and if she had the baby in February, then she got pregnant. Okay, no. Wait a minute. She got March, April, May. She got pregnant in May. I should know this because my son was born February 13th. And I found out I was pregnant on my birthday, June 4th of 92. So she would have gotten pregnant in May. In May of, where are we? in May of, she got she got pregnant the next month. Okay, I stand corrected. I don't know why I was counting back. Forget when you do it, when you go back. You go back from, I know there's one thing when you count back. And when was that? See, my mind does this, has to reconcile everything. I hate it when it has to do that. It just drives me crazy. Because I know there's one where you count back. That's either, maybe when you find, no. When are you counting back? June. I don't remember. I really thought there was one where you count back. May. Oh, yeah, you do count back for your due date. Yes. So if you know when you conceived it's May, then it's April, March, February. Okay, now I'm good. I just had to figure. I don't know. Make sure I know what I'm doing. Now we can go back. Now you know what I'm dealing with. Okay. Education: University of Texas School of Nursing. So she was a nurse as well, right? So yeah. At Houston, 1986. So she was a nurse from 1986. They didn't get married until 1993. And June 17th of 1999, this was just months after she had Luke. Like 4 months, exactly 4 months and 2 days after she had Luke, who was almost her youngest. Mary was the youngest. So she had all boys, and then she had Mary. She overdosed on trazodone, a medication used to treat depression, and she was admitted to Methodist Hospital psychiatric unit, and she was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. But she literally had another baby November 30th of 2000. She had Luke February of 1999. Wait a second. So how did that work out? Something's weird. She literally got pregnant right after giving birth to Luke. If he was born February 15th of 1999, and she had, oh no, wait a minute. She had another baby November 30th of 2000. No, then I'm so lost right now. So November, no, because then it was going to be 2021. Okay, it's not as close as I thought it was. Okay, it seemed a lot closer. Sorry about that. It seemed a lot closer. No, she got pregnant when he was like a year old. Okay, so she overdosed when Luke was like 4 months old. Then gets diagnosed with major depressive disorder. And then what happened? And then in July, she was, okay, so that was June, she overdoses. July, she's admitted to Memorial Springs Shadow Glen for psychiatric treatment after she tries to kill herself. She's treated as an inpatient and later as an outpatient for 2 months and is prescribed Haldol. Spring of 2001, they just glossed right over the birth of Mary. She is admitted, so she's going through this, but still becomes pregnant again, right? Through all that. Spring of 2001. Now Mary would be very young, right? She was born in November. She's admitted twice to Devereaux, Texas Treatment Network for treatment. She's prescribed strong antipsychotic medications, including Haldol. On June 4th, 2001, psychiatrist Mohammed Saeed discontinues Andrea's prescription of Haldol. June 20th, look at that, it's my birthday is June 4th, June 20th is my mother's birthday. Yates drowns her 5 children one by one. So 16 days after he discontinued her Haldol, she drowned her children one by one. And let's remember that Mary was born in November, so she was only, November, May would be 7 months old. July 30th, she was indicted on 2 counts of capital murder and pled not guilty by reason of insanity. Why only 2 counts? February 18th, her trial started right away too. What's her name's didn't it? February 18th of 2002, her trial started. March of 2002. During the trial, the prosecution's expert witness, psychiatrist Park Dietz, testified that Yates got the idea to drown her children from an episode of Law and Order. However, the show's producers later stated that no such episode ever aired. On March 12th of 2002, the Harris County jury convicted her. Wow, that was a quick trial, right? Because it's, March 12th. Even if it started March 1st, it was 12, Harris County jury, was that even televised? Harris County jury convicts Yates of 2 counts of capital murder in the deaths of Noah, John, and Mary. She was not tried in the deaths of Paul and Luke. Why? She is later sentenced to life in prison. The Yates Children Memorial Fund is established in the honor of the Yates children and to raise awareness of postpartum depression and psychosis. On October 2003, Yates is placed on suicide watch after refusing to eat. April 30th of 2024, Yates attorneys George Parnham files an appeal. July of 2004, Yates is hospitalized after refusing to eat. July 30th of 2004, and isn't Rusty Yates the one that went to Lindsay's husband and said, you've got to forgive her? Look, and he filed for divorce, right? On July 30th of 2004, Rusty Yates files for divorce. January 6th of 2025, the Texas First Court of Appeals reverses Yates's capital murder conviction, saying that erroneous testimony by psychiatrist Paul Dietz may have prejudiced the jury. March 17th of 2005, the divorce between Andrea and Rusty is finalized. She receives $7,000 in cash and the right to be buried near the children and a nursing chair. She got the nursing chair she wanted. And then Andrea will also receive part of Rusty's retirement benefits from NASA. January 9th of 2006, Yates pleads not guilty by reason of insanity during her first court appearance since 2002. This is 2006. Now, at this point, I was pregnant with Ethan at this point. Okay, February of... No, I wasn't. January 2006. No, I wasn't. I wasn't pregnant yet. Not yet. February of 2006, State District Judge Belinda Hill approves a $2,000 bond for Yates on the condition that she voluntarily commits herself to the Rusk State Hospital. February 2nd of 2006, Yates is released from Harris County Jail. She's admitted to the Rusk State Hospital for psychiatric treatment, and then the retrial begins June 26th of 2006. June 26th of 2006, Yates is found not guilty by reason of insanity and is ordered, so it was one day, okay, to a mental facility. January of 2007, okay, this is when I was pregnant. Yates is transferred from North Texas State Hospital Vernon campus to the Kerrville State Hospital in Kerrville, Texas. May of 2012, Yates' petition to attend weekly church service outside of the hospital is denied. February of 2014, Yates and her doctors request that she be allowed to attend supervised group outings with other patients. The request is later withdrawn due to the media attention and public scrutiny. April 5th of 2022, People magazine reports that Yates is offered annual hearings to determine if she's eligible to be released from Kerrville State Hospital, but that she declines her right to be reviewed each year in favor of continuing treatment. January 6th of 2026, the 3-part docu-series The Cult Behind the Killer, the Andrea Yates story, premieres on HBO Max. I don't know if we ever saw that, did we? Did we ever watch that? I know that should be a movie night. That January 6th of 2026, I do not think we saw that. The Cult Behind the Killer, the Andrea Yates story. Prosecutors, that one that killed one of her friend's newborn twins and abused the other one. They're seeking the death penalty. I think that was in Pennsylvania. That happened. Let me see. When is that going to happen? When is she going to go to trial? I don't know. That's such a sad story. Trial date has not been set. She has a weird look in her face. Her eyes are absolutely black. Okay, not on this one that did this to the twins. Longtime friend Nicole Elizabeth Verzi. All right, let me see what you guys are saying, because I was carrying on a little too long. Okay. She refuses to be released. Her story is extremely sad to me. The right to be buried by the children. Oh, no way. People put the blame on Rusty at the time. A lot of the blame. Rusty left for work, and the mother-in-law would come over in the morning to help her, is what I remember. I haven't read about it in years. Oh, wow, Scooter, I didn't realize she planned it. The poor mother-in-law. Andrea planned it right before the mother-in-law was to come over. There were just a few minutes of time, if I remember correctly. I listened to the whole thing, like some book that was written, and it's like so much to retain, right? So much to retain. Let's see where Rusty is. What happened to Rusty? They say that Lindsay's husband is with a doctor and living in Manhattan. This is what they say. And I think you're going to see things happen after the trial, because I think he has to support her through this. I don't know. It's just what I'm saying. I think they are divorced, but they're trying to keep it on the down low. I don't know. What happened to Rusty Yates? Let's see. Did he go on to have other children? Rusty Yates. Let's see what happens to him. So this is something, there's something, he said 7 years after the incident. 7 years after his then wife drowned their 5 children in a bathtub, Rusty Yates is celebrating life with a new baby and wife, but still stays in touch with his ex-wife. The new father has even shared pictures and through email of his son Mark, who was born on March 20th, with Andrea. who now resides in San Antonio Psychiatric Hospital after she was found not guilty by reason of insanity. She's like, he's so cute. She was pretty excited, Rusty Yates said when he was on Good Morning America. We probably trade an email once a week or so and maybe talk on the phone once a month. He says he doesn't blame his wife for what happened. Even though it was horribly wrong, it was horribly hurtful to me, my family, everybody. It's really the illness, that caused this, not her, so I can't blame her. From the beginning, Rusty had always been supportive of Andrea, who suffered from postpartum psychosis. In June of 2001, she drowned each of her children, from 7-year-old Noah, 5-year-old John, 3-year-old Paul, 2-year-old Luke, and 6-month-old Mary. She believed that drowning them was the only way to save them from the devil. So today, as Mark grows and hits milestones, Rusty is reminded of his previous children. Little Mark has brought back a lot of memories for me because, I'll say, oh, he does this like Paul used to. I remember when John went through this stage and did X, Y, and Z, and so that's a lot of the grieving process, just going through memories. Those are memories that he and Andrea share with one another. We talk about kind of how things are going. We talk about the kids. We talk. It's like she and I knew our children better than anyone, so we'll reminisce a lot about our children. He said it's difficult for Andrea. She's pretty hard on herself. She feels a lot of guilt over what happened. Okay, that was 7 years ago, but then there's something, let me see. Rusty Yates speaks out decades after Andrea Yates' trial. They did the cult behind the killer, the Andrea Yates story. That's what he's doing this. It says, for years, now that I want to look at something, and then it goes away. Hold on a minute. For years, the world asked why Andrea Yates took the lives of her 5 children, and now the cult behind the killer, the Andrea Yates story, goes beyond what anyone thought they knew and explores a disturbing influence nobody has fully examined before. The 3-part docuseries reveals how a rogue street preacher and his teachings warped a vulnerable mind with tragic results. The cult behind the killer, the Andrea Yates story, premiered on January of 2026 on HBO. Let's see. But that's not answering. I guess you hear about Rusty in there. Let's see if we can find. Rusty Yates. What happened? Somebody said, where is Rusty? Somebody said that, wow, somebody said they're really upset with him. They said that he helped. They're really bad things about him. Wow. Rusty Yates, somebody's saying he said this, we had 3 kids and she seemed happy, she seemed normal, nothing was different. Then our 4th child came. She would stand and stare at the wall for hours, disassociate like she wasn't there. Then our 5th child came, finally a girl. I remember seeing her Andrea, catatonic, standing in the kitchen, eating dry cereal out of the box. I had never seen her do that before. I said bye, kissed the kids, and left for work. Andrea Yates, ex-husband, pled for leniency towards Lindsay Clancy. Andrea Yates was valedictorian and quite intelligent. Rusty Yates had a job at NASA and made a very nice income, but he also followed a non-denominational religion that preached. Did they really preach all women are evil and should stay at home and raise as many children as they can and not be allowed to work or educate themselves? Is that true? The religion also preached the evils of money and status, so despite having a really good job, Rusty moved his family into a bus. I listened to that book or something, but I don't remember this. I really want to watch that thing now, because this is even way before that came out. When living in the bus, Andrea pushed out 4 children, one after the other. She had PPD after the first one, but didn't tell anyone, especially didn't mention it, or the voices that she began to hear. After baby number 4, PPD had become full postpartum psychosis, but nobody really caught on to it until it was too late. She did have a few hospital visits and a breakdown, and she was medicated. Her mom demanded that Rusty buy a new house for the family, and he did, and Andrea seemed to get better, and then Rusty demanded another child. This lady says a whole bunch of choice words to him. Let's see here. I don't know, this is an AI. There's a picture of Rusty Yates and this woman and all these kids. I don't know. I just wonder how many children does Rusty Yates have now? Someone said, I'm watching the documentary, The Cult Behind the Kill of the Andrea Yates story. We were living in Houston when this happened. I was pregnant with my youngest. I did a deep dive into her mental illness diagnosis. Anyway, I always felt Rusty should have been held accountable. She clearly and was found after a second trial is mentally ill. I am barely into the first episode, and Rusty said, we homeschooled. Sir, you know well. You didn't homeschool them. Your wife did. You were warned not to have any more children, and you did. She was showing signs, and you still did. The oldest was born the same year my son was, same month. Those poor babies. Let's see. So I guess whatever a lot of people in this documentary so making him think they're not favorable. So like people are saying Rusty Yates needs to be in prison or say, yeah. But I'm just, how many children did he have? Let's see. We can see how many children Rusty Yates has now. So he only had one other child. And that marriage ended in divorce. And I think he said now he talks to Andre because he's the only person he can open up to. I don't know when that marriage ended in divorce. Let me see. When did Rusty Yates get divorced from second wife? Rusty Yates divorced his second wife, Laura Arnold, in 2015. They married in 2006. And they share one son together. Interesting. So, yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, that should be a member in Patreon movie night. Would you guys be interested in watching that movie? Would you guys be interested in watching that movie, Poor Lady? And you would bet your eye teeth that he encourages the guilt on her. Really? Because he came out against Clancy and said forgive her and don't. He doesn't think she should face prison. And kept getting her pregnant and not taking her mental illness seriously. Scooter says, "This is what I mean. He knew she needed help." Did he really, Debbie? You have a great memory, Scooter. Me not so much, says Rosalita. I don't like him, if you can't tell. He's a religious fanatic. He had her living in a tiny trailer with all those kids. He remarried, Rusty. It is terribly sad. I never thought... Did you see the new documentary? You just remember all this? See, I don't remember that much about this, but I wasn't like... I remember... The parts I remember is actually how she did what she did. Because that was very graphic in the CDs I was listening to. She had like a white sheet, and she brought them in one by one and like put them on the bed under the sheet. Yeah, that made an impression on me. And like how the 7-year-old fought. So yeah, terrible. You are... Wait, I am, she says. You am what? You're watching this? You're watching the new documentary? Yeah, but I don't know what Scooter's saying. I don't know what Scooter's answering to because she's putting incomplete sentences. No, I remember from when it happened. Really? You want to watch? When do you want to watch it? We have to make a day to watch it. We should watch it. We should watch it. It doesn't even have to be at night, right? If it was like... it doesn't have to be like... It could be one episode, like I don't know how long the episodes are, but it could be during the day or something, especially if it's raining. Like one episode and then the next, I don't know. Could be during the day, like afternoon, even early evening. Something like that we could watch, right? We have to plan on it. Today's Monday, you know? Oh, and the other thing that's coming up is that Scott Peterson thing. I've never been able to watch movies where children die. I have trouble sleeping for days. Really, Rosalita? Even though you know about the cases and stuff, then the movie, it's not really like a documentary, makes it different somehow? So I take that as a no for you. Right? Let's pick a day, yeah. How about Friday? I'm babysitting Friday. You're babysitting your granddogs? Your granddogs. Oh, how many dogs do you have to babysit? How many granddogs? 2 granddogs? 1 granddog? Are you babysitting at your house or at the granddog's house? The granddog's house. Look at that. I've got to do something with that. I think I'm going to decoupage that onto something. But we'll figure it out. I'll check what the episodes are and get back to everybody on that. We'll do it. We'll make it happen. Scott Peterson thing is coming out too. Oh, you're going there? Oh. So you're going to have the whole house to yourself, Scooter? Okay, let's see. Are you really, Rosalita? I wouldn't picture that at all. I would not picture that you are that at all. Elf on the shelf. Scooter, would you picture that Rosalita's a scaredy cat? I don't picture that. Not at all. Oh my gosh. Blues. Your mother would make you watch The Wizard of Oz. And then we would go to bed and you'd have the lights on and beg my sister to sleep with me. Really? That's kind of a feel-good movie, Rosalita, because, right? The Good Witch and then and you were there, and you were there, and you were there too. Oh, Toto, I love you, Toto. Okay. Fins. Uh-oh. Fuse, okay. She blew a fuse. It was the mash. There it is. It's right there. We did it. Very good, guys. Ooh, good. Let's see if I think we still have one puzzle where we can't get the last word or something. What is it? Right. Very good. Murder, very good. The mean witch, it was horrible. Also had nightmares from the Oompa Loompas. Oh my gosh, I want the Oompa Loompas. I love the Oompa Loompas because they do things and they sing and they're happy. And like you say, oh, here, Oompa Loompa. You have that little whistle. And then they come and they sing a song. That's another thing I remember about being up here. When that was in the theater, I was like, I think I was too young or something to go. I don't remember. Or our neighbors went, and I remember they kept saying, oh, it was so good because the Oompa Loompas come and they sing a song, and they kept doing Oompa Loompa, and they did the whole thing, and it was just, I don't know. And then when I saw it, I just thought those Oompa Loompas are the greatest thing. I wish everybody could have Oompa Loompas because they're so cheerful, and they not only do what they're saying, they teach, the kids, or like they teach, like if you'd say, Oompa Loompas, please put this vinyl by the cricket machine. They'd probably say, if you had put the vinyl there first, you wouldn't need, whatever. Oompa, yeah, I don't know. They're just so happy. I was scared of your own shadow. Really? I wonder why, Rosalita. What do you know why it started to happen? And you were the oldest, so were your younger siblings? Did they say, "Oh, don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of"? Because usually it's really. I do. Joanne. Thank you. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get this last one. Murder. Please hit the like, subscribe, and hype the video if you would be so kind. Strange, I can listen to true crime, but I can't watch the movies with crime. Really? Even a can you watch a fictional movie with crime? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, what about Fatal Attraction? Can you watch that? Can you watch Fatal Attraction? Can you watch Fatal Attraction? Very good, very good. I'm trying to see if Rosalita can watch Fatal Attraction. I just want to find that out before I go to sleep. I want to find out if she can watch Fatal Attraction. What about Serial Mom? That's kind of like a dark comedy. I watched it, but I hid my eyes. Really, Rosalita? I would not think that. I really wouldn't. What about dark comedies like Serial Mom? That's still... Watched it, but I hid my eyes. No joke. Huh. Alright, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to go to sleep. So you guys go to sleep, or you stay up like murder. You can stay up if you want. You can go to sleep if you want. You can nap if you want. You can walk if you want. You can do the safety dance, whatever you like. I've never heard of it, so you should check it out. It has Kathleen Turner in it. It's pretty funny. Alright. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. God bless. And prayers. Please keep everyone in your prayers, especially Amy and Bucky Ann. And we will see you tomorrow. And Lewis, I hope you're doing okay. Please pray for Lewis too. And everyone.